Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth. I'm your host, the Game Master. And before we get into today's episode, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and leave us a comment. That helps us out on our end with the YouTube algorithm, but also we love to hear from you guys. We've got an awesome community here, and that's thanks to you. So thank you so much for being here. So, having said all of that, let's get into it. The prologue to today's game session begins on Earth 551 954 814 at Stately Wayne Manor. The doorbell rings, and a very elderly Alfred Pennyworth answers the door, only to come face to face with none other than Granny Goodness. She deploys an energy field based weapon against Alfred called the Agony Matrix. This device causes direct neural stimulation of every pain receptor in the body, causing unimaginable torture. Think of the worst pain you've ever felt in your life and then multiply that by 1,000. Now imagine that pain continuing forever. That is what the agony matrix does. So poor Alfred lays on the ground, writhing and screaming, which, of course, does nothing to improve the mood of the Dark Knight. Which brings us to the main plot when an aging Bruce Wayne leaps into the fray, and because he has the higher initiative, he gets to go first. Bruce has 10 Omni gadgets, and each one of them is worth 10 APs each. So he subs the first one for the neutralize power, and he shuts off the agony matrix, thus saving Alfred. Then he subs the second Omni gadget for power reserve. And in the DC Heroes RPG, power reserve can fuel two things at once. So he puts 5 of his 10 points into his strength and then 5 into body. So now he has a strength of 10 and a body of 11. Then he subs his 1 dice action for 2 more automatic actions. And he subs yet another Omni gadget for power reserve, this time pumping up the APs of the first Omni gadget. So now he has a strength of 15 and a body of 16. And then for his last automatic action, he does this again. So now he has a strength of 20 and a body of 21. But now he's out of actions. So on the turn of Granny Goodness, she smiles, and in her low growl of a voice, she says, Shazam! And lightning strikes her, transforming her normal apocalyptic garb with an all red costume that has a thunderbolt on the chest. Then, with her other automatic action, she flies to where Bruce is, and for her dice action, she punches him. So it's her dexterity of 28 versus Batman's dexterity of 9. So as long as she doesn't roll a critical failure, she hits. And she rolls a 7. So then it's Granny's strength of 40 versus Batman's body of 21, which does a whopping 19 points of damage, knocking Bruce through several walls and out into the yard behind Wayne Manor, where it's raining. Batman struggles to draw breath, but as he does, he spends a whole round using every turn to do exactly what he did before, stacking Omni gadgets to pump up his strength and body. By the end of this turn, he now has a strength of 35 and a body of 36. On Granny Marvel's turn, she plants a bomb in Wayne Manor as her dice action, then flies to where Bruce is at with an automatic action. She only has 1 automatic action left, so she starts monologuing, telling him that he's been a naughty boy and explaining that some of her people have X-ray vision and they noticed the Batcave and all the contraband in it, like kryptonite, red sun lasers, magical weapons, that sort of thing. So, of course, it would be stupid to send a Kryptonian here to deal with Batman when he has so many things that works against a Kryptonian. So, Granny has come to punish him herself. After all, he is an orphan, and orphans are kind of her specialty. At any rate, that's the end of her turn. So Batman then subs another Omni Gadget for Power Reserve, bringing his strength up to 40 and his body to 41. Then he subs the last Omni Gadget for Power Reserve, but puts all 10 points into his Dexterity. So now he has a Dexterity of 19. He's not quite up to par with where Granny is at, but he's out of Omni Gadgets now. Unable to move to Granny, he holds action. So on Granny's turn, she spends an automatic action telling him that it's time for his spanking. Then she spends another action moving over to him, getting ready to hit him, which is when Batman unholds action and strikes. He needs an 18 or better to hit her, and he rolls a 9 and a 5, so he barely misses her. On Granny's turn, she takes a swing at him, and now she needs a 5 or better to hit. She rolls a 10 and a 3, which does another 9 points of damage. So Batman is really hurting. He's got 13 hit points left. He swings at Granny, rolling double nines. And since he got doubles, that means he gets to roll again. So this time he rolls a 3 and an 8 for a grand total of 29. And then it's Batman's strength of 40 versus Granny's body of 28. After you factor in all of those column shifts from such a high roll, Granny Marvel has 1 hit point left, but she's still awake. So she wipes some blood from her mouth and strikes back, rolling a 6 and a 2, which is still a hit. But it's 1 column shift short of actually causing damage. To do that, she actually needs a 13 or better. So Batman takes the hit and then swings back. He rolls a 9 and a 7, which again just narrowly misses. On Granny's turn, she rolls an 8 and a 2, which hits, but again does no damage. As the two of them struggle to land that one hit that will knock the other one out, that bomb goes off in the background and Wayne Manor burns. Granny rolls a 5 and a 2, and while she does no physical damage, since they were fighting in Batman's literal backyard, we said that the knockback damage knocked Bruce through the tombstone where his parents are buried. Bloodied and bruised, he looks at their names in the stone, and he is very close to joining them. Granny walks over to him out of breath and out of actions. Bruce then swings the broken tombstone at her face, rolling double twos, then double tens, then double nines, which is 9 column shifts. The tombstone breaks over her head, doing 33 points of damage, taking her down to negative 32. Negative 28, by the way, for Granny Goodness was death. So she's gone. And granted, Bruce was fighting for his life, but the fact that he was willing to go this far in this particular universe says a lot about this version of Batman. He collapses and then lays there for a while in the rain, his body hurting too much to even move. Which brings us to the epilogue. Calabac, the biological son of Darkseid, is sent to check on Granny Goodness. When Calabac gets to Wayne Manor, the Batcave has been cleaned out thanks to a new speedster named Barry Allen, who's the most recent person to join the Rebels. Calabac searches the body of Granny Goodness and finds her mother box is missing. So wherever the various members of the rebellion ran off to, Calabac is guessing they used a boom tube to get there. So he reports back to his father, Darkseid, and gives him the body of Granny Goodness. Darkseid is displeased, and as of now, the Batman has been upgraded from Gnat to Nuisance. Darkseid refers to Kal-El as the son who never fails him, and then orders the Man of Steel to track down the Dark Knight and dispose of him. Superman bows before Darkseid and then begins searching this dimension for Batman, which seemed like a good stopping point. We enjoyed playing this one. We hope that you enjoyed hearing about it. If so, as always, smash like, make sure you're subscribed, and leave us a comment. From all of us here at the longest running superhero role playing game on earth, we hope you have a good one, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Bye.